Hello everyone, my name is Beckett and welcome back to the channel. And today in Division 2 we are going to check out the secret vendor Cassie Mendoza. Now if you do not know how to find her, you have to locate the snitch first. I will leave a link or something for you to click on the screen in a little bit, or you can wait till the end of the video and I will show you a couple spots where I usually always find the snitch. But before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy the video, smash that like button. We're a small channel, but we post everyday Division content. Would love to have you guys around. Now let's hop into this loot. Alright, so it looks like Cassie is already stacked. We're gonna get into all the items. I don't want to jump ahead. I know you guys want to check out those Contractor Gloves, but first let's get into the mob. It comes with 13.6 shotgun damage, 8% damage to armor, and 10% armor on kill. It'll always roll with armor on kill with that named item, and it came with the talent. Just re-roll that talent and pick this up if you do not have a better one. That damage to armor, even though it's not max, this is still a really good gun. I would switch out probably close and personal, but that's just my preference. I like running Hunter's Fury with this. Now we have another Contractor's Gloves. They also had this at the theater settlement, and this is also not a bad roll. If you were running a headshot build, might as well go and pick this up because you would just reroll that weapon damage. Otherwise, you could reroll headshot damage, but I don't think it would really be worth it. Go ahead and just pick up the other one from the theater settlement if you do not like this roll. We also have the Eclipse Protocol backpack. This is a big thing right now, but too bad it did not roll with a red stat, because ideally if we can get crit hit chance, crit hit damage, or weapon handling, you can re-roll that to damage and use that with Ridgeways, and it is ridiculous. You are doing some insane amount of damage. We also have the Tip of the Spear chest, and it came with 12.7% weapon damage and 6% weapon handling. Not a bad roll at all. Another Tip of the Spear, 11.3% weapon damage and 10.3 critical hit damage, and those were the gloves. We also have Foundry Bulwark. Not a bad set. You could always re-roll that to armor regen if you are looking for a tank set. This is an amazing tank set, and it's really good for beginners because you don't really take that much damage, and you can move on to more complex builds or more risk versus reward builds as you move on. And we have True Patriot. Came with skill damage and armor, and this is also a great underrated set. Honestly guys, you should try this set out. It works really good with Ridgeways. It works very good with almost anything. It's a very fun build. Alright, now we have the Hunter's Fury mask, and this came with 11.9% weapon damage and 17.2 repair skills. Just go ahead and pick this up if you do not have a better piece and re-roll. This is probably one of the best aggressive builds in the game right now, and I love it so much, but I've been trying out so many builds and I just want to play this all the time, and that's the problem. But it's really fun if you have not tried that out. Other than that, we do have some Walker and Harris gloves that aren't that bad. Come with critical hit damage and armor regen. We could always re-roll that weapon damage and it wouldn't be that bad. You can use armor regen is a really good stat in legendary, or you can even use that in PvP. Looks like that's all we have for today, guys, but I have a lot of videos on my channel. If you're looking for builds, tutorials, whatever it is, just go ahead and go check out my channel. There'll be a link down in the comments. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time. To get to Cassie Mendoza and get her sweet goods, we need to find the snitch, aka Jared Nash, and he's randomly about the map in different places, but he always has the same spawn location, so he'll always be in the same places, but he's just going to be in different places. There's different maps and stuff you can find throughout the internet and online through Reddit and stuff like that, but they really don't help. There's a few spots where we can always find him, and I'm going to show you how to do that. The best spots where I always find him, I went through about 50, 60 different locations where I see online where people, oh, he's always here. No, he's never here, and the map doesn't help. They said that there'll be activities throughout the map and it will disappear when you get close to him, but it's not that easy because you can only see the question marks above his head when you're like 20, 30 feet away from him. But we're going to find him, and it's not going to be that hard. And the trickiest part is going to be to complete his bounty that he drops. So let's get started and show you where he's at, guys. All right, guys. First place we're going to stop by and try to find the snitch at is at the Truman Safe House. It's in Foggy Bottom, and we're going to be looking for him right next to a little lockbox directly across the street, directly to the west. You can see right where I marked it. So if you have not unlocked that or have not found it yet in the world, it's not going to show up. So just click on the map there and just start walking there. It's really easy to find. There'll be a couple trucks around the area, as you'll see. All right, once you run up the hill, it'll be right on our left. You'll see the lockbox, and you can just usually shoot up the fence. I usually come here first every time because it's new day, refresh, get free loot. Maybe I get something, but usually never get anything else. And Jared Nash, or the snitch, he'll be right behind there, right behind this truck. As you can see, you got to be really close to see him, guys. He won't even pop up unless you're like 20 feet away from him. And there he is. Luckily, we got him right when we headed to the Truman house. And we're going to accept his bounty. Once you complete that bounty, we'll be able to find Cassie. But I'm going to go into more detail in a sec. We're going to go into a couple other locations. Okay, the next location is going to be the Lincoln Memorial. And we're going to just fast travel straight to that spawn point. And as soon as we get there, we're just going to turn around. And we're just going to start running down, heading towards the Washington Monument. Just heading down there. We're going to hug the right side. We're going to see like a little forest, a group of trees. And we're just going to keep running. Usually he's not here, but every once in a while he will be. One thing to note is if he's in combat or there's any like fighting NPCs fighting with each other around the map, we're not going to be able to find him. But today he was here. Usually when there's nobody here, he'll always be here. But if there's just one NPC, just one dude hanging out, he gets skittish and he runs away. I think it's just part of it. If there's any combat, he just won't spawn in. I don't know why it is, but let's move on to the next spot. All right, our third spot is going to be over in DZ East. We're not going to actually go into DZ. We're just going to go to the checkpoint. And the checkpoint is called Charlie Checkpoint. It's the northernmost one up top. You'll be able to find it, and we're just going to leave and head out the door. And we're just going to start heading directly to our right. And you're going to see some ladders up on the side of the building. Yep, right up there. And we're going to climb up. And he's going to be up inside these office buildings. Usually would probably be able to see him right now if he was there, but I don't think he is there this time. So hopefully he's there next time, but I usually don't find him here, but every once in a while you get lucky and it's a really close spot. All right, guys, we are on the final spot, and this is probably the best spot to find the snitch any time of the week. If you come here Tuesday, right when the servers reset, I almost find him here every single time. Sometimes I'll just log out and come back to this spot, and it's really easy to find him. So we are heading to 1040 Safe House, and we are going to be going out the southeast exit today, and it's really hard to miss. This guy's really easy to find and almost there probably 90% of the time. I'd say 9 out of 10 times I come to look for him, he is here. So I would always check here. I just like to check the Truman house just because, you know, there's always loot. So we're just going to head out of the southeast exit and just run straight ahead, going down this windy little path, and we're going to end up taking our left. I ended up taking a little detour because I had tunnel vision and I can't stay on track at all. So we'll head back, but when we go down that path, we're just going to head left, and we're just going to go straight ahead, and we're going to take our very next left, and you'll just see a little gate, and you'll run through, and we're going to run through all the way to the end, and eventually you'll see that little green triangle over his head, and he's back here, and there's a weapon box that you can open too, and you'll see him there, and we're just going to accept his bounty, and we're going to grab it. If you already did the bounty, great, and you just got to go and head over to Cassie.